Hello, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Just with Josh. I'm bringing you a Midsummers Just with Josh, and it's been chill. I hope everyone's been having a lovely summer, enjoying the beauty of nature that only this time of the season provides. We just came out. We had our 4th of July. If you're in the United States, if you're in Canada, we just had our Canada Day, and it was chill. It was beautiful. Here in the Maritimes. This episode is also going to be once again featuring the beam of light that was in the previous episode. That's just becoming a permanent feature given the positioning of my recording. But yeah, no, it's been aside from all that, it's been chill and it's been lovely. But it's been a little too chill, I think. I missed last week. And I know I said I wasn't going to be missing anymore. I said I was finished with that. But I missed again. And the truth was, I just wasn't feeling it last week. I wasn't feeling it last weekend. You know, when I put on this production, I do it with a sense of urgency, with a sense of duty. Okay, you know, and I've been. It's all cool, you know. I got my Kool-Aid. It's chill, but I feel like, you know, I'm not always in the mood, you know, to get in front of a camera and talk, and I'm not necessarily the most comfortable with it. And last weekend, I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't it was a fine weekend, I guess. It was Canada Day weekend, but I just didn't have it in me. You know, after spending Friday night out for Canada Day, you know, I feel like it kind of, I feel like I just kind of blew my load. And I don't know, it was kind of a shitty week, you know, dealing with crazy people at work, working crazy 14-hour shifts, just been grinding like you wouldn't believe. And I was feeling kind of, I don't know, just kind of fucking trapped in my day-to-day. And I was feeling a little, what's the word? I'm not going to use it. The D word. You know what I'm talking about. And, I didn't feel like putting on a little production or whatever. And that was wrong of me. And I failed as a man in that moment. And I failed my duty because the truth of the matter is if I'm going to have a true continuation, if I'm going to create a true production, you know, establish some rapport, I got to be responsible. I got to be on top of my shit. And that's kind of a ongoing theme because, you know, life's been kind of just grinding on. And I mean, it's the summertime, and I'm glad it's here, and we're all having enjoying, you know, the beauty of that, and just happy to be outside and together and not being told that that's wrong for some reason. Hallelujah. Thank God. Seriously. But I don't know. If you're like me, you've been busting your ass, and you've just been, you know, it's just been, you know, a lot of extraneous shit going on in the background despite, you know, the summer festivities. And it's been a weight to bear. And that's okay, because you know what? That's what life is. You know, it's a weight to bear. It's going to be dark times, you know. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. I'm not going to give you the Rocky Balboa speech here. But it's not about how hard you can hit some days. It's just about how hard you can get hit. And, that's pretty much that. And that's chill. It's been chill, and I'm cool. And I'm sipping my Kool-Aid, and I'm working, okay? And, you know, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I saw an article by the Wall Street Journal that was out a couple days ago. That's discussing the upcoming recession and how, I believe, it was the Wall Street Journal, and I believe the headline was a rude awakening, incoming rude awakening for young employees. And essentially the article was discussing the coming working conditions into this recession, and it was saying employees are going to be a lot more loyal to their employer. They're going to be a lot more happy to accept the terms of their employment and remain with that employer rather than move and be skipping, going, essentially moving up their salary, bumping up their salary through switching jobs and whatnot, which is quite popular in today's culture. I just wonder what that's going to look like. You hear about what our grandparents were doing. They always said, like, oh, yeah, I worked for the company I worked for 50 years. And it's like, okay, that's kind of interesting. I don't know. Is that a return of that? I don't know if it is. Like, maybe it's more like, maybe it's more like the serfdom of the 1500s, of the Dark Ages, where it's like, oh, well, now you're going to work this plot of land, and it's not really going to be your choice because you won't have the financial elasticity to take the risk to even switch your job from digging dirt to digging shit. You won't be able to afford to make that jump. That'll be too big of a leap. And I mean, a lot of the jobs that we have that are trained or whatnot, they're getting priced out by the technology, which is cool. And all kudos to technology. Love technology. Talking to you on technology. Love technology. Can't get enough of it. This Kool-Aid's kind of a technology. Shit. Anyways. But essentially, you got a lot of people that with lower intelligences, myself included, that really don't know what to do with themselves. And, for now we can, dig dirt, flip signs, move bricks, lift rocks, roll fucking balls of shit like fucking dung beetles. But eventually, that's gonna be, maybe, I don't know how long that's gonna be. That show is gonna be on the road. Okay, hopefully they're cool with us. Hopefully we can still afford to live. Is all I'm saying. In looking at some of these, rising costs of living, and then now they're talking about they're talking about being more loyal. They're talking about an indentured servitude to our employers. And like, who are our employers? Like, really take a look. Like, McDonald's, Wendy's. You're going to feel servile to a fast food chain, or your technology sales company, or your, like, what? Like, what are you, like a clerk at Walmart? Like, how many different kinds of jobs are there? Like, you might be working in the trades or something, and that makes sense. Like, if you're working in the trade, you might be with one company for a long period of time. But if you're working, maybe if you're like a programmer or a software designer, maybe that makes sense. But I mean, a lot of the blue collar jobs, I mean, a lot of the, I don't know, just the uneducated work is starting to really dry up. And it's not a whole lot of, great earning opportunities. I mean, you really have to step it up if you want to, get in on some of these upcoming recession fire sales. I mean, we're talking about the automobile bubble pop, and we're talking about the housing market crashing. I mean, which means, if you ask anyone under 30, they've been praying for a market crash. I mean, in the housing market, that's good news for us. That's good news for us young people. I mean, if houses go down and like even 50% of what they are, even 20% of if they go down at all, I mean, we're happy because they've just been going up and up and up over the years. And that's been one of the main headlines. It's been one of the main headaches for a lot of young folk, We've been, spending crazy amounts of money renting. And it's been harsh. It's been hard on the wallet. And it's been hard because one of the main vehicles of economic mobility and financial mobility, going up and down the financial ladder of society, has been through real estate and your ability to own a home. Home ownership was a big part of a middle class wealth, and we're losing access to that. And a lot of people are just getting kind of, a lot of people are falling in between cracks, and they're not even really cracks. I mean, they're fucking craters. And I mean, I identify with that a little bit, but I'm a survivor, I hold on. When the going gets tough, I get going. I'm like a country song, okay? I'm like Old Town Road, Lil Nas X vibes. I'm not gay, but like I'm just saying, like, we're gonna do what we have to do. But I mean, a lot of people are gonna have to struggle. I mean, they're talking about building an equitable society. You're gonna own nothing and be happy. Okay, when do we get to the be happy part? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And then it was just kind of weird the way our government's been acting here in Canada. They're like so weird. It's almost like we've been invaded by aliens, and aliens have taken over, and they're pretending to be people, and they're like trying to subvert us and like extract our females' eggs or some shit. Like, that's what it feels like. I don't know what's going on here. That's what it feels like, and it's crazy. And they were trying to cancel Canada Day. They were trying to, like, right days before Canada Day, they were having meetings, like town hall meetings, trying to, like, put a botch on it. They were trying to, like, say, oh well, this is really a day. And a lot of local, like, I think Fredericton did this, a couple different local places in Canada on the eastern coast and definitely throughout were saying that this was a day to take a step back and reflect. And, they didn't want to do the festivities for that reason. And we had, it was supposed to be fireworks, and it was a foggy night at the end of it. And we never had the fireworks, So I don't know, it just didn't happen because of the fog. But you know what? There was these town hall meetings that were supposed to quiet down the celebrations. And really, what else did people have, like, in the summer to get together and enjoy themselves? Like, if not for Canada Day, like, what a great opportunity to bring people together in the beauty of the summer and enjoy this, this lovely our lovely coastal city. And that's what it was. And there was lots of people out there. And don't get me wrong, it was a great time. And I was out till like 3 o'clock in the morning. And it started raining, and I had to find a cab in the rain, and I felt like I was in New York City because I waved down the cab. I was like, yo, can I get in this cab? And then he let me in. And, and it's all cool, but, it's just weird how it doesn't seem like the government is on the same level as the people. Like, the people were cool. Everyone was uptown looking to have a good time, but it just, like, it's like our government, or like whoever's fucking in charge of these little offices that make decisions, that give funding, that have all these strings, they're not on board with it. They're not cool with it. They're not down with whatever's going. They're not down with that. They don't like that. That goes against whatever they're trying to do. And it's just it's a little weird. It's a little weird. And if you talk about it, like, people don't like to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it still. You're a conspiracy theorist. Yesterday, speaking of conspiracies, the internet went down. I was actually going to record this episode last night, but I decided to record it tonight because I had an internet connection. And basically, the Rogers network got hacked or something. We didn't get hacked. They had an error. But I don't know what it was. I was like, I woke up and the internet wasn't working. I went down to I went to like buy some stuff. The debit machine wasn't working at the store. I was trying to buy the gas station. I was trying to get a drink at. And then they were like, oh, you got to go to the bank. And I went to the CBC or whatever the fuck it's called, and they couldn't serve me, so I had to go to the RBC because I had an RBC card. That's why it wouldn't work. Go all the way over to RBC. And apparently they're telling me that it's all over Canada. Rogers network is down, which is unbelievable. I mean, how can we live in a modern, civilized society and, you have half of the telecom network just fall apart, and then we're all sitting there like we're unable to do business? That's ridiculous. But that's the reason. That's the reason a lot of, I don't know. That's the reason a lot of people are saying that it might have been like a hack or some Russian influence. Like, they were like, people were out on the streets. People were joking. I remember it was such a crazy lineup at the bank. Oh my God. and it was so many people there. Everyone was wondering what the hell was going on, and they're talking about this Russian. Oh, the Russians, this, and that. They're taking us hostage via internet, and I mean, it wouldn't be hard probably. I mean, if they're slipping up, just trying to keep it running, if they're falling apart, just trying to keep the show running, then God knows what they would do if they actually did face a little bit of, foreign hostility, network-wise from another government. It probably wouldn't be that hard to take out Bell or Rogers. Let's hope to God Bell has it figured out better than Rogers does. But it's just interesting to think, like, what they can't keep the internet on. We can't have internet be a sure thing. That can just happen. 50% of like internet can just shut down for a whole day, and there's nothing you can really do about that. I mean, yeah. No, it makes sense. And they're talking about, I don't know, it made me think that maybe, I don't know, whenever something like that happens, whenever something essential service-wise just stops working, and it's like, oh, you can't go outside, you have to wear a mask, or, there's no internet for a whole fucking day. Like, I equate those. They're in the same vein for me. They're in the same, like, category of fuckery. Like, shit is just slipping. You could, like, I could say it 1,000 times. Shit just keeps on slipping. And there's a whole lot of people that are just pissed about it. But there seems to be, like, I don't know, a push just to keep it slipping. Like, there doesn't want to be any kind of pushback. And I mean, people just keep getting more and more pissed off, and they're taking extreme positions. I mean, Justin Trudeau's probably going to take us into a socialist dictatorship before the next election. I sit there and I think to myself, oh my God, this man has until 2025. They call it a snap election or whatever, and now this man has until 2025. He gets to run the fucking joint, and him and the fucking NDP or whatever are just gonna suck each other off at every chance they can get, and they're just gonna be blowing shit through Parliament, like crazy shit, like, oh well, on this for the month of April, you have to wear a butt plug because we want to sympathize with the gay people of Canada. And then on fucking the February, you have to wear a tomahawk. You have to carry tomahawk in a fucking. You have to dual wield tomahawks like a fucking Apache warrior to stand with and symbolize your sympathy for the Aztec warriors of Canada, the tribes or some shit. Or, they got all these different... I don't even know where I was going with this. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable, man. I'm getting angry just thinking about it. I'm getting myself all worked up, I'm not going to go and, start shooting up a school or anything. I'm not going to start blasting it. I'm not going to take it out on the world. I'm a peaceful man. I'm a very peaceful man. I'm always looking for the most peaceful way to deal with things. I talk crazy. I say all this crazy shit, but it's just fun. It's just nonsense. I just say whatever I want just to have fun with it. That's all it is. But really, I'm the most peaceful guy ever. But, a lot of people, they're just losing their fucking minds, especially these younger guys. This whole based and red pill thing was cool at first, and it was kind of relieving after all the bullshit we went through with all the, gender non-conformity bullshit, like societal whatever, you know what I mean? It's kind of relieving to see some nice based and red pilled content. It's nice to see the dudes take a stand, But it can be a little dark. Some people take it the wrong way. Some people, when they think based and red pilled, they think, like, I'm going to go up to that girl, I'm going to ask her out on a date, and I'm going to split it, the bill. And then some guys are like, if this girl fucks with me, like, I'm going to threaten to kill her. And then I might actually entertain the idea mentally. And then some of these crazy fuckers are like, you're like, oh, like, this guy's bullying me, this guy at school is going to say this to me. Yeah, well, if he fucks with me, then I'm going to bring a gun and I'm going to shoot him in the face. Or, like, drug dealers are that's probably what a lot of school shootings are. They're probably not, like, one guy coming in, like, killing floor, like, like, trying to, like do, like, the no Russian thing from MW2. It's probably a lot of people that are actually, like, just kind of, getting in little scuffs. They don't, they're not fighting. They're just bringing guns. It's easy to get guns. And it should be. It fucking should be. And you're never going to change my mind. It should be easy to get guns. They just got to make the kids smarter. That's what I think. Don't make the kids smarter. How about you stop making the kids stupid? Give them guns. Make them smarter. They won't kill each other. You know what I mean? Yeah, with the shooters, it's not... Everyone's like... And that's the thing. That's not right. I don't think these, like, 15-year-olds are getting angry, really. I don't think they're the ones that are, like, frustrated and, like, losing their minds out at the world and, like, going... Those aren't the ones that are doing these, like, big rampages. Like, they're not doing that because they're, like, just so pissed off at the world. Like, a lot of those guys, they're doing it because they want attention, because they have an ego. And if you look at the news, whenever one of these big shootings happens, whenever it's a big, like Call of Duty kill streak, right? They always put this shit on the news. They always blast it out. They make the guy out like to be a celebrity. He's like, all of a sudden, he's like a Greek god, like we're like worshiping. A lot of people, like, and it's no wonder, like, people are chasing that clout, and that's what it is for these guys. These kids are clout chasing. Fucking school shooters are clout chasing. It's unbelievable. That's what's going on. That's why it's happening in America. It's not like, it's not like they're angry. Okay, like if they were like, drug addicts that were like old and begrizzled and freaking betrayed by everyone, and they were just pissed and they've had enough of the world and they're just ready to fucking rampage, like they just want to fucking kill, like they're just done, they don't give a fuck. All right, those guys, watch out. Those guys, those guys are probably doing a lot of the van attacks and shit. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, a lot of those crazy, the drunk fucking madmen. Those guys, yeah, you have those savages. But I don't think that's what's going on with these mass murderers going in with assault rifles. No. They're not tough. They're not like pissed. They want the attention. They want the validation they get. And it is sick to think that there's a validation that one can receive for shooting, their peers. But the truth of the matter is there's a lot of attention to be had. And even though it's a negative attention, people don't care. They'll take it. And these kids, they want to feel the power. They want to feel the power that they want to feel their ego be massaged based off the feeling of the power that they had shooting their peers with a gun. That's the feeling that they thrive off of, and the attention that they receive, an elevated status. It's almost like they're a powerful monster, and it's like they're acknowledged as such, and they're a demon, and everyone knows it. And there's something so alluring. If you really, really think about it, there's something alluring about that. There's something alluring about being a demon, a monster that people fear with their lives. You have power, or there's power to be had in that. That's what these kids are after. They're not, I don't think they're angry, but how the fuck do you fix that kind of mental illness? How do you, you gotta, all this 6ix9ine shit, all this there's so much satanic worship going on in the world. Like, people just love it. They're so obsessed with self-love. They're just all worshiping their own selves and their own demons, and it's like they're summoning real demons into the world, real bloodthirsty, blood-shedding demons that just want to fucking raise hell, And I get a lot of shit myself because I say a lot of crazy shit, but I'm not like one of these motherfuckers. I can be an asshole, but I'm not. There's no hate in my heart. But there is some serious hate in the world that is being garnered and manifested, and it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be resolved and absolved and dissolved. And that's all I'm saying. All right? Yeah. And that's the thing. These people that are having this anger and letting it garner and getting pissed off, they got to realize that, life isn't meant, you're not meant to dominate others. You're not meant to have command. You're not meant to be able to tell other people what to do. That's not like the ultimate goal in life. The ultimate goal isn't to like command power or like have control. Like, that's sick. That's seriously fucked up. And a lot of people, they really like that feeling of authority. You know what? Like, nobody should be able to tell you what to do with your life. You should have the say. You should know what to do. You should never hurt other people. But the fact that people can be hurt should not be used and twisted against you to make you a slave, to make you weaker or smaller than you are. You should be able to do whatever you want, say whatever you want, be whoever you want to be. And if anybody has a problem with that, then you need to fucking get away from that person and not deal with them, okay? Because that person is anti-peace, they're anti-love. You need to, and then later on, we can address these people, okay? And we can fix them. But it's not our job to shrink down. People got to stop shrinking down. They got to stop shrinking themselves down to fit into this fucking big chunky, blocky fucking culture of fucking socioeconomic weird power play BDSM bullshit. Like, we really got to like come together like as one spirit and fucking reject that shit, and then we can deal with those crazy psychopathic motherfuckers that want to shoot up our schools as one. You know what? We can absolve them of their sin with forgiveness, kind of thing. We don't have to live in this kind of hellscape, but we got to talk about it, and we got to talk like hell. Like, we got to keep talking. This is why I feel like I have a duty this isn't like a miracle production, but I'm putting on, I'm trying to put out something, meaningful. I think it's important. You got to talk. We have to speak our minds. We have to speak freely. We have to break the paradigm, the thought patterns that you're in of what's right and what's wrong, and what we can and can't say, and what's too much, and what's not allowed. You know what I mean? Because we can't live like that. We can't lay down like naked dead bodies while they run us over with fucking rules, okay? We weren't meant to live like that. We weren't meant to be like conveyor belt people, all right? We were meant to be fucking like the Avatar people. We're meant to be free. We're meant to express ourselves and be a part of a fucking global community and system that was supposed to, be based on love. And fucking, that sounds gay as shit, but it's true. And I mean, what's the alternative? Hell is the alternative. Fucking what we're heading towards, like a society maintained based on power and fear, where everyone's just afraid to get fucking sick with some bullshit virus that was created in some fucking lab in China, or because someone fucking made a stupid bat soup with some weird fucking sketchy looking bat. How are we supposed to fucking live like that? Some bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's just unbelievable. And I'm not, I might sound like a little bit much, but I'm not an asshole, okay? People hate, and I realize what the problem is with my life, okay? It is me. It's always me. It's always me. I'm an asshole. And I can admit it. I'm a fucking asshole. I'm not a piece of shit, but I'm an asshole, and I'm rude, and I can be nicer, and I need to be. I am nice, but I'm not nice. I'm kind, but I'm not nice, and I could be nicer, and I give people a hard time, and I acknowledge that. But for fuck's sakes, like, it's like people hate an asshole. They really hate an asshole. It's like something about assholes. People they really don't like them. Like, it's almost like they want to kill you for being an asshole. It's like they want to have a Holocaust for assholes. It's like, damn, okay, I'm an asshole, but it's like, I thought you guys were the nice people. Like, aren't you supposed to be like forgiving and shit? Like, I'm an asshole, but I have that forgiveness in my heart, and I understand. But are we really at capacity for assholes? Can we not fit like one more fucking asshole in the world? Like, I mean, I'm not, I'll carry my burden. I won't. I'm just sorry. I don't want to be an asshole. But I get it, because I could do better myself, I could do better myself, and I'm gonna figure it out. But I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna pretend I'm a saint, because I'm not. But I'm not shooting up schools either, and I'm not like starting like violence. Like, I'm not initiating violence, even though sometimes, like, I manifest it unintentionally, which I'm working on, And saying that, like, I think you need asshole. I think you need a couple assholes. You need a couple assholes around just to kind of maybe spread them out. But you can't have everyone be nice, man. That'd be weird if everyone was nice. Some people, they gotta just like be real, and sometimes they're real. Sometimes them being real is them being an asshole, and and me being an asshole comes out in like the bitchiest ways. Like, I'm the bitchiest asshole. You can probably get an idea of what I'm like when I'm an asshole, but it is what it is. You're gonna have that. You're gonna have those days. But I'm not as big as an asshole as some other people. I'm not going around committing murder. I'm not going around committing robbery. I'm not stealing from other people. I'm a verbal asshole. I'm like always testing people. That's the kind of asshole I am. I'm not like a mother who wants to abort her unborn child asshole. Could you imagine being one of these women that like are having a child in a state like one of these states that they're banning abortions, and then you're like, damn it, like one Sunday you're just like sitting there watching cartoons with your kid that you didn't want to have, and you're just sitting there just fucking all spiteful watching Paw Patrol. You're just like, it's like, oh, mommy, this is great. I love Paw Patrol. Isn't it so great to be alive? It's like, yeah, well, it would have been better if you were never born. It's like, just shut up and watch the show. That's what these mothers are going to be like, I'm sure. It's like, yeah, you're having a good time right now, but if you weren't born, I would have been doing so good right now. That's what all these mothers are going to end up having. Like, saying all these women that are forced to, like, have children, they're going to be like, the most bitter mothers are going to be like, yeah, but you don't know what it would have been like if I never had you. If I could have aborted you, man, it would have been so good. Would have been so cool if I could have just got an abortion. I feel like I would have been so set up if you just never existed. I'm sure you can get that, right? And then your kid will probably be like, oh, yeah, of course. Man, you really should have just did it. That way you could have had, like, twice as many nights out with your fucking trash ass girlfriends doing, random bullshit and taking stupid party drugs and like, probably, overdosing or some shit. Having to move back in with your parents and like get your life together. That's the right. You're right. That's the right you should have taken. My childlike wonder and enjoyment and appreciation for life itself really doesn't triumph your potentially boss bitch single life 30s, no kid life or whatever. I'm sure. That's the problem with women nowadays. They got too much pride. Less pride, more logic. That's what we need. It's less pride and more logic. We got a whole month dedicated to pride. I think it was Jordan Peterson put out his big thing, getting angry at Twitter, saying, I hate Twitter, yada, yada, yada. Twitter can go fuck themselves. He was like, remember when pride was a sin? Remember when pride was a sin? And we don't. Like, as a society, we don't remember when pride was a sin. We barely remember what the word logic means. If you went and, did a survey and you went and asked people on the street, if you asked people what the word logic meant, I think you would get like a 50-50 answer, honestly. You know what I mean? I think you'd get a 50-50 split answer. I think a lot of people get triggered, when they hear when we prospect the idea that your people are fucking dumb. But the truth of the matter is that if the idea that people are dumb makes you angry, then you're probably fucking dumb. That's like a good litmus test right there. If the prospect of people, like the general people being dumb pisses you off, like if you're all like, oh well, that's callous, you're being negative, like no, you're fucking dumb then. Like the truth, because that's just the truth. People are fucking retarded, man. I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm so like lost in the idea of how stupid motherfuckers are, like generally speaking. And you can't let them get away. You give them an inch, they'll take a fucking mile. You gotta keep them. You gotta keep them in line. But my God, keep them in line. That's what Bill Gates is thinking. He's like, it's gonna be really hard for me to be the techno king of Earth if all these redneck hillbillies are running around in my backyard. And he'll be referring to like pretty much all the middle states of America. He'll be like, we need to annex their hives and assimilate their individuals into the Microsoft colony. They are retarded. People should be free to be retarded. Keep them in line in your own respects. Keep them in line like at arm's length. Don't let other people's bullshit mix with your bullshit. Oh. And try and find a solution no matter what, and keep moving forward. Even when the shooters be shooting, even though that you could die at any moment, even though there's no potential for you to own a home or to like just keep on moving forward, because you know what, life is worth it. There was a video I was watching of a squirrel that got stuck in some guy's pool, and he was like swimming around this guy's pool for hours, and then when he like stuck his paddle into this little pool he had, and then he pulled the squirrel out, and the squirrel like literally just collapses on the wooden paddle once it reaches the grass, and he's just like, thank God I'm alive. He's just swimming around in that pool for a bit, and we're just like that squirrel, okay? Society's like, we're going into a recession. The globalists are trying to turn us into slaves. The women want to kill babies now more than ever. And it'd be like that sometimes. But when the going gets tough, we get going. And that's what it is. You know, life has always been a fight for survival. It's like Joe Rogan says, you know, we've never really been, this is like our generation's test. This is like our fight for survival. It's like every couple, you know, this is normal. You know, this is like, we're going through a big transitionary period. And we're determining whether or not it's better to celebrate, you know, life itself, or to admonish celebration itself and reflect upon our shame and for our transgressions against the world itself and our ancestors' transgressions against the world itself. We're determining as a society whether we want to live in perpetual fear or whether we want to live as free creatures that have individual autonomy, that are able to organize as individuals without giant federal institutions that govern over us. That's the decision we're making, and we're choosing the fear. We're choosing to live under the vaccine mandates. We're choosing to live under, you know, a monopoly of fucking telecom companies, of bullshit businesses that don't respect our time, that want us to fucking do bullshit jobs, like fucking bullshit jobs that aren't even fucking real jobs, you know, bullshit labor jobs, bullshit office jobs, shit that's not real, that's not even relevant anymore, that could be done by robots. You know, that's what we're dealing with. And they're really getting tired of us and how many of us there are just running around opening our big fucking blabbing mouths, and they're just tired, and they want to put a big kibosh on it. They want to sew our mouths shut. They want to put us on a fucking farm somewhere where we can live, and they don't have to hear us. They don't have to see us, and they can play with their fucking drones and suck each other off in the Matrix as they experiment on their children. All right? That's what they want. And we're going along with it, as far as I can tell. We're not, we might. I just read that the Sri Lanka Prime Minister just resigned because his home and presidential office was, and the previous president's presidential home was, they were invaded by protesters, so he chose to resign. And you know, that's always a good sign, you know, when the protesters overrun the country, and you know, an all party government is formed, which is what they're planning on doing. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to stop the global institutions that have formed, the dark tentacles and entrails that have come to encompass this earth in so many ways. I don't think the farmers in the Netherlands are going to be able to compete with the organ harvesters in the fucking Uyghur Chinese mountains, or the adrenochrome fucking pedophile day spas that the United States facilitates. I don't think we're going to be able to compete, us little guys. But we got to hang in there. You know, got to hang in there, brother. Because it's does it feel like a trial? Does it bother your mind the way it bothers mine? You know? Exile vilify. I don't know what that means, but that song came to my head, and it's a beautiful song. And even if there's some kind of crazy AI robot dominating over us, telling us exactly what to say, and punishing us by taking one nut at a time, every time we say something it doesn't like, or every time we step at a line, we still got to keep fighting for our individual independence until it gets cartoonishly pathetic and sad. We have to fight for our independence and freedom as individuals. because I don't think, maybe once our consciousnesses are like, maybe once people like me and you and anyone watching this, okay, maybe once people like us have been finally captured, rounded up, put into fucking facilities, government facilities, maybe once they finally got us all, okay, maybe then they'll be able to extract our consciousnesses, all right, and digitize them so that they may inject those consciousnesses into the most humiliating forms of being possible until they vilify us and humiliate us and crush our ideals to such a cartoonishly sad degree using the most powerful technology they have at their disposal just to fuck with us, just to break our will, okay? You know, that's the extent we have to be willing to go to. We have to be willing to go to hell, all right? Because we got to be willing to go to hell for freedom, because it's the most valuable thing in the universe. It's the most important thing, no matter what. No matter what. Freedom no matter what. Freedom above all else. Fuck the fuckers that say you can't say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. Don't let them tell you who to be. Don't let them tell you how to be. You know, that's the trap that everyone's getting stuck in. It's a trap that people got to get out of. And it's going to start one person at a time, showing other people how it works. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. It's got to be consistent. Got to make it real, you know? And let's hope to God that we, the people, still mean something in 2022. Where half of us are fucking sipping Kool-Aid. Yeah, that was so fucking based. That was so based. Wow. This is the first time that I didn't do a 43-minute show, which is nothing, because the show, I don't know, it can be an hour long, it can be whatever. I want to start getting some clips up, start clipping this material. A lot of people watch 2 minutes at a time, some shit like that, so I got to get some clips. They're the best parts of the show. If you watch this episode and you see a portion that you thought was funny or you liked, comment down below, tell me the timestamp. I'll clip it, I'll make it into a clip, and I'll credit you in the clip. I'd really appreciate that. I hope you're having a lovely summer. I hope you're enjoying the beauty despite the struggle. I hope you are rising like the sun despite all else, you know. Hope you're crushing it. I hope you got the fight in you. You know, I hope I put a little bit more of that into you. You know, I hope I made you feel a little freer. You know, I hope I did my job here. So if I did, leave a like. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful night, and take care. This has been The Gist with Josh, episode number 5.